So my name's Eleanor. I'm an art technician at a secondary school, and in my spare time I like ringing church bells.
My name is David. I'm a full-time student and I enjoy programming video games.
Hey Beavers, you all know me anyway. I'm Nikki, otherwise known as Singham to you lot. I teach in a secondary school, and outside of work I like to do beavers, guides and go camping.
My name is Liz. I work in the school as part of the admin team, looking after attendance, and I like to do things with guiding outside of work, and most of all I like to spend time with my granddaughter.
So my name's Claire. I am a family support worker and I like to garden in my spare time.
Hello, my name is Beth and I am a university graduate, and in my free time I like to make YouTube videos and play games on my PS4.
So I have a disability called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. It causes me to be really flexible, so my hands and my joints are really flexible, but also inside my body. So that means I have problems with eating. So this helps me to be able to get the food that I need. It also means that it's a bit more difficult for me to walk. I get a bit more tired quickly. Yeah, things like that.
I have an illness that's called bronchiectasis, which means that I've got damage to my lungs. My left lung doesn't actually work properly because I had something called viral pneumonia. So where you would normally breathe in and out, not a problem with your lungs, mine don't work properly. I struggle to get oxygen into me.
So my disability is I am partially sighted. For those of you who don't know, I have very limited vision in my right eye. So if you ever stand to the right hand side of me, I probably won't see you. This doesn't cause too many issues in my daily life because my left eye does all the work anyway. But did you know you need two eyes to work together to be able to judge distance and how far things are away? So I really struggle with things like crossing a road because I don't know how far away the cars are. Bit of a challenge, but we get there.
I'd like to talk to you today about the invisible illness that is inflammatory bowel disease. Mostly people will suffer with Crohn's and ulcerative colitis. I have ulcerative colitis. Basically, my colon and the lower bowel have ulcers which often bleed and become very painful. Day-to-day life living with the condition, when I'm in remission, it's fine. When I'm not in remission and I'm in a flare, I can become very poorly very quickly. If any of you have ever had an upset tummy where you've had diarrhea and vomiting, sometimes, you know, you go to the toilet 5 times, you're sick a few times, and all you want to do is lay in bed, curl up and hope it passes. Well, with Crohn's and colitis, unfortunately, it's not usually just 5 times a day. At my worst, I was going 25 times a day, feeling very nauseous as well and in extreme pain.
Nice. So my illness is called ME, which is short for myalgic encephalomyelitis, and it affects me differently every day, but the main symptom that I have is I feel incredibly tired, and that's probably the best word to describe it.
So my disability is autism, and it impacts my daily life greatly by giving me things like anxiety, and sometimes I find it really difficult to communicate with other people, and I find it really difficult to also understand the world around me.
I think that when people look at me, they probably see a very normal person and they don't see, so it's very hidden. So if I didn't have this in, which I don't have all the time, I would look very normal. They wouldn't look like I don't have anything missing. Everything looks very straightforward. But actually inside there's a lot going on. So I think what I'd like people to know is that sometimes you can look at a person and not know what's going on inside that might be making things really hard for them.
Even though I look normal, I'm young, that doesn't mean that you don't have an illness. On a good day, I still struggle to breathe, just doing basic tasks like walking, carrying things around like my bag in uni, and just to be mindful of other people, just to be nice.
So what do I want you guys to know about my disability? Well, mostly is I'm not being rude if I don't see you. I probably just haven't seen you. And if I get spooked all of a sudden because you appear from my right hand side, it's because I haven't seen you. So just be very wary that I may not see what's going on, and that actually I'm using my hearing far more than I am using my eyes. I always joke that I use my children as my guide dogs because they help me cross roads. So if I ever ask you to say, can you just have a look for me, it's because I can't see. Thank you very much.
I think the biggest thing is that I would like you to know that just because somebody uses the disabled toilet, they don't have to have something physical you can see wrong with them. Sometimes it can be inside, and they're just as worthy of using that disabled facility as somebody with a missing leg or a missing arm or something else. Yeah, the biggest thing I'd like to bring forward really is that if you're ever in that position and somebody says to you, she shouldn't be using that toilet or he shouldn't be using that toilet, he's clearly not disabled, you need to just speak up and say, do you know what? Perhaps they are.
So my disability is an invisible disability, so I can be in lots of pain. And when I describe myself as being incredibly tired, it's not that I'm being lazy or that I'm tired in the sense that I haven't had enough sleep. It just means that my body can't function on a normal level. So I struggle to speak and eat and just do everyday normal tasks.
I want people to become more aware of what autism is and how it can affect people. I want people to know that everybody with autism is a little bit different from everybody else, but we are no less than anybody else as well.